Really happy to be here in Silicon Valley today, talk about all the innovation that's going on in the ecosystem. And with me today is Mishka Dehghan and from T-Mobile Business Group. You've been busy here for the day here. If we start about network slicing, what are the key things you have to say about that?
First of all, let me start by saying thank you so much for having me here at this event. It's been a fantastic day so far, lots of innovation. Our partnership between T-Mobile and Ericsson is one that I can talk about for hours upon hours because I love what we are doing together. But bringing it back to your question specifically around network slicing, one of the things that we've been talking about is this programmable network, concept. But what does programmable network really means? It really allows us to go offer a differentiated experience to our customers and allowing them to bring new experiences to market for their customers, for their users. And it's all being made possible by programmable networks. And the fact that, in the United States, T-Mobile is the only operator with a 5G standalone core. So you put these two things together, it gives us the ability to bring network slices to market. We've already had a number of commercial deployments. The one that's top of mind right now, we just announced at our Capital Markets Day just about a month ago, is our T-Priority solution, which is the first network slice for the first responders community in the United States. And it's so important because at the end of the day, if you think about it, first responders are the most important connections in our lives. And we're able to bring them a differentiated experience, making sure that they have the type of connectivity, capacity, and speed that they need when they are on a scene of an emergency saving lives.
Yeah, and when you talk about the first responders, we don't need necessarily, hopefully not have them connected 24/7. So what role does open network APIs plays into this picture if slicing is about providing the capacity? How does this link to open network APIs?
Well, when it comes to opening up our network APIs, the benefit is going to really manifest itself across a number of different applications and a number of different industries. On the consumer side, APIs is nothing new. It's something that that has been around for years and years, and it's a well-known concept. Everyone knows how to use it. But when it comes to the business-to-business side, so for business users, exposing our network APIs allows our business customers to really leverage all the goodness of what was talked about by one of the Ericsson executives here today about differentiated networks. It's really about intelligent networks. And through exposing the network APIs, you can take this network that's much more intelligent and that remains vastly underutilized and really bring all of that benefit to customers so that we can drive scale and adoption across a number of different industries.
So we have those pieces in the puzzle, and then I've always been fascinated by what we can do for personal productivity, knowledge workers, and so on. And you're doing a lot of interesting things regarding the laptop and enterprise IT infrastructure. Help people understand what that is all about.
Well, if you think about the ecosystem that a CIO or a CTO had to worry about in terms of, the number of endpoints that they had to manage, up to very recently, it was really about managing sites where there were a number of endpoints. But the increasing, reliance on mobility in everything that happens across any industry, the job of the CIOs, of the IT departments within any enterprise has become so much more complex because now they have to go and apply the same rules, the same parameters, the same policy, may it be from a security standpoint, as an example, that they used to have to do only at a site level. Now they have to go do it on every single endpoint. So for that, it's so important that all of us as technology players bring together an ecosystem that really simplifies this new trend for all of the IT administrator, regardless of the size of the company that they have to manage. So if you think about the connected hybrid worker that's on the go, that's increasingly mobile, you want to make sure that regardless of where they are operating from, could be out, at home, it could be out in an office, it could be at a client site, it could be out while they are away on vacation. You want to make sure that the experience that they have and the access to applications that they need to be able to run their mission critical applications remains the same. And I think that's where really our partnership between, Ericsson and T-Mobile brings a lot of goodness and benefits to a number of different industries.
No, but this is a really thing. Like if we look at how we're going to transform industry right now, I think everybody understands you can connect a small business with fixed wireless, but perhaps haven't really thought about perhaps one of the most low-hanging fruits that we have is making sure that productivity workers are connected. And since we're perhaps spending less and less time in the office, the flexibility to work wherever we are is tremendous value we can bring.
One of the most telling examples that we see is if you think about the healthcare space, all the providers, what they do is that when they leave the hospital system within which they operate during the day, and they go home and, what they call their pajama hours, because every single doctor, every single provider has to spend a considerable number of hours every evening, like really working through the same applications that they would have access to when they are, within the confines of the medical campus, by delivering the type of technologies where you are giving them a connected laptop that has the same profiles as users that can be authenticated, and it's going to have the same set of security policies that they have as if they were on site. And you give them this ubiquitous access to the mission critical applications, you are really transforming the way this particular group of users, within the healthcare industry is experiencing technology. And by the way, it's not just applicable to healthcare. Pick your industry, any of them, you will see the same reliance on access to mobile mission critical applications.
Yeah, but you're onto something that I think is very important here. We often talk about hybrid work as like flexibility in where we work, but it's also flexibility at which hours,
Yep.
whether we're in the pajamas or whatever it might be. With that, I would like to thank you very much. And I hope this has given you all in the audience a really good spotlight on the innovation that's taking place in our industry right now, and innovation that goes far beyond mobile broadband and fixed wireless access.